Hey guys, so I want to talk upon a topic about anxiety and social media and those two things together. I've been dealing with this since high school. I've been dealing with it more aggressively the past 2 years. And in these past 2 years, I've started to do more things than I've ever done in my whole life, like hang out with more than one person, like go outside more often. I don't want pity on myself, but I miss some disorders. If you go back to my first Facing Anxiety Fridays video about my disorders, I missed some. So I have ADD without hyperactivity. I have severe anxiety. I have panic attack disorder. I have agoraphobia, fear of outside. It also has severe panic attacks listed. I have severe episodes of major depressive disorder. I have PTSD. I have depersonalization disorder and a social anxiety disorder. Those are what I'm currently dealing with in therapy. But here's the thing. I just listed off all of those disorders. So let's say on Facebook I'm depressed, but earlier that day I posted a photo that I took a year ago in a really cute outfit. Just because I want to post it, because I want to be happy. It's not for attention. It's not for pity. It's not for like, ooh, look at me. It's for, okay, I'm sad right now. I'm going to post a photo from when I was happy. But then like an hour later, I could have a status saying, man, I really miss my dad right now. Or my PTSD is really kicking in right now. That doesn't mean I'm faking it. That doesn't mean any of you are faking it. We can post things even though we have disorders. For people who, I have so many small-minded people who talk bad about me to my friends, to my family, saying I fake anxiety or I'm an attention seeker because they don't know me. I never label somebody something until I know them personally. And even then, I'm not the biggest judge of them. Like, I know each one of my friends, they all have certain anxieties. And I know their anxieties, and if they do something, like, one of my friends has trouble ordering things sometimes. But let's say we're with friends and the friends know she has trouble ordering things and then she does it, but then the next time she can't, those people might then talk and say maybe she does it for attention or maybe she is faking it. But in reality, it's just you have sometimes a burst of this like adrenaline to overcome what you're scared of. I had trouble ordering things a lot. Like, I can order things, 9 out of 10 times I can order on my own, but there's those occasions where it's really loud or I'm just anxious and I ask my boyfriend or mom to do it. There's nothing wrong with that, because just because I can do it doesn't mean I'm cured. Now, here's where the judgment started, and I bet a lot of you guys can relate. I like to take pictures. I love taking selfies. People wondered or talked like, oh, she takes pictures all the time. Like, she's conceited or she's stuck up, like, can't talk to her because she doesn't talk to anyone. That's one thing when a lot of people meet me, they realize I'm not stuck up. There's another thing when people meet me, they are like, wait, she posts pictures of her all dressed up, but she's acting super depressed right now. Like, Is she faking it? I don't know why people have such small brains. Like, we all only think about ourselves. We're all very selfish. We think... So I have multiple anxiety disorders, and I never judge someone else's anxiety disorder. Okay, I never get dressed. I like to wear tank tops, hoodies, band tees, sweats. That's my style. But I get dressed up occasionally. I dress up, I take a YouTube video, I take a selfie, I take the clothes immediately off, I go lay on the couch. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I'm having a good day, and I post a photo. But then an hour later, I could post something really depressing, and you'd be like, she just looked happy. But that's because I try to make myself happy by doing that. My Aunt Laura, my dad's sister, she couldn't have said this better. She told me one time when we were talking that I've been inside so much that I've learned to take a good picture. I know how to take a photo because it's all I do, because I'm bored, or I personally have self-image issues, but I know I'm not the ugliest person on the planet, and I know I can look pretty, or my makeup can look really cool, and I want to show it off, but I'm too nervous to go in public with that makeup or that outfit, etc. So that's kind of the first issue, taking photos while having anxiety. I'm not going to name names, but I have family members who claimed I am not as bad as I am because I went to raves, or that I do YouTube. If you look at any YouTuber, not all of them, but so many of them, like Zoella, she's always inspired me because she has really bad anxiety. And it's the comfort of your home. I'm sitting in my room. Nobody's here. I'm just talking to the camera. If my boyfriend were sitting on the bed, or my mom, I probably wouldn't be talking this much because I get embarrassed. And then my mom, she would stick up for me. She'd say she does that by herself. Her recording stuff is in the basement, or this is in her room, or whatever. And the rave thing, here's something I like to talk about, is selective anxiety. Now, some people have selective anxiety to a point where it is faking, they cause them, but also anxiety is anxiety. So having selective anxiety is actually anxiety, so there's no need to judge someone who has selective anxiety. Selective anxiety is kind of where you choose to be anxious. Now, I don't think I necessarily have selective anxiety when it comes to raves, but you can't put me in front of people. I won't dance in front of people. I won't talk in front of people. I won't go to parties. I have trouble hanging out with more than one friend most of the time. But I have a friend named Ashley. She's amazing. She took me to my first rave, and I love EDM music a lot. And she wanted me and my ex to go to a rave with her, and we did, and I was so nervous. I didn't want to go on the dance floor. I didn't really dance. It cut me off, so I'm just going to start off with the rave thing again. I don't know. So I can go to raves now. I have so much fun at raves. It's where my anxiety disappears. I can dance. I can laugh. I can headbang. I can meet girls in the bathroom and make friends. But then put me in a Walmart aisle and I'll be having a panic attack because there's 3 people in the aisle looking at me. Does that mean I am faking anxiety and I don't have anxiety? No, it doesn't. And there's still going to be people out there that won't understand what I'm saying unless you have these issues. Well, not issues, but if you have these troubles, you know what I mean. I've had someone say, if you have anxiety and you don't like people looking at you, why is your hair blue? I dyed my hair blue last year. It's something I've always wanted to do. I did it and I realized how much attention it gave me and I'm like, oh my God. But then I just got used to it. So now when someone says they like my hair, I smile because it makes my day. Why do you have 2 nose rings? Why do you have your lip pierced? Why do you do this or that? Why do you do your makeup so dramatic if you don't want anyone to look at you? That's because I like to do those things. Let's say I do a full pretty glitter eye. I dress up. I'm showing off my body. I go to the mall. I could still have a panic attack. I feel more comfortable going in public in sweatpants and a t-shirt because I feel like people aren't looking at me. But I like to look this way. This is how I like myself. I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 in a couple months. I've never felt more myself than blue hair and my double nose hoops. I've had people tell me so many things, and if you have been told things like this, don't listen to any of them. Because I had somebody tell me that people are talking about me who don't even know me, who only met me one time in their life for 4 hours, who said I fake my anxiety and I'm an attention seeker. And I wanted to cry. I did. I teared up because they don't know who I am. And they're probably having anxiety right now because I understand their anxiety and I understand that everyone is different. We're all so different. Just because you can go to concerts doesn't mean you're cured and you're social. Just because you can post a selfie doesn't mean you're confident. It doesn't mean you love yourself necessarily. Just because you can do something that you couldn't in the past or can't all the time doesn't mean you're faking it at all. And I don't want anyone to pity themselves or overthink, because I do that. I overthink why people judge me so much because I had fun one time. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just be anxious my whole entire life? No, I'm going to go to a rave. I'm going to go out. I'm going to take that picture. I'm going to do things one at a time to make me grow up, to make me be social. I'm doing these things so I can do them continuously. I can do them one day, I might not be able to do it the other day. I might be able to do something 6 months in a row, and then bam, I can't anymore. I used to never be scared to go outside. And now I am, and now people think it's because attention. I don't know. It's when you put anxiety and mix it with the social media realm, it's automatically noted as attention seeking. And I want anybody to know that you are not seeking attention. Now, this isn't talking to the people who want attention, and now it's not bad if you even do want attention when you have anxiety, because I can talk to people online for hours, but put me in front of their face and I'll freeze up. I don't have many friends anymore because I don't trust anyone, and I realized who my true friends are because they accept me for who I am. I've dropped people because I realize my personal worth, and people show me who's my real friends and who's not. To my family, I love all of you. You all stick up for me. You all are so proud of me. I go somewhere and do something, and they're not like, oh, she's cured. They're like, she did it. She accomplished this. And then I get anxious to do it the next time, and then they tell me you did it before, you can do it again. You can do this. You got to say that in your mind, but to yourself, don't let anyone, because it stops me from doing things and seeing people, is the fact that they judge me. And it's like I said, you're not going to get over your anxiety by sitting inside and being as anxious as everyone knows you to be. You have to have those good days, so then you can remember those good days and continue to do those things. This topic angers me so much. So much. It angers me to death. Because I know how judgmental people are. And then I hear it just recently again. And I'm like, why can't people just worry about themselves? I worry about everyone. Yeah, I worry about people, but worry about them in the right way, not the wrong way. Think about if you truly know that person before you judge them. There's some like famous Instagram models who can't even leave their home. I don't know. This is that part of every anxiety video where I do give myself a panic attack. Thank you guys for listening, and don't let anyone bring you down, because you are you and you're working on yourself, and their opinion does not matter. Their assumptions of you does not matter. If they're talking about you, let them talk about you. Because if those other people are believing them, that's on them. That's because they're not getting to know how amazing you truly are.